have with me another veteran leader who is also the top official, and he's none other than Mr. Anthony N. Shimray, who is the Army Chief of the NSCN-IM and speaking to your channel, Northeast Live, for the first time. First of all, thank you so much for speaking to Northeast Live. I would directly quote the Atokilon Sir, Mr. T.H. Muiva, the NSCN-IM General Secretary's speech that was made in Ukrul, read out by the Deputy Atokilon Sir, Mr. V.S. Atem. And I quote, "Generation comes and goes, but the nation stays. The issue we're fighting for is greater and older than most of us." How big is this statement, and what does this imply?
The forces that is surrounding us, the policy change, and they may sometimes go for an agreement, and tomorrow they may change, and today they may talk about peace, tomorrow they will send a force to occupy Naga. So the clear thing is that Nagas were created not by any forces. We exist. I will speak to my language, okay? We exist because God wants us to exist. In the creation of heaven and earth, nothing was there. So God created not only for American, for German, for Russia, China, none existed. So we existed in the plan of God. So that is the reason, no matter how strong the forces, the opponent or the enemy impose upon us. But the question is that we are very happy. You know, I wouldn't shout like a jihad, no, Muslim, no, in that way. But ours is righteous cause. We're not demanding that we came to, like coming together in a group or in a maroon. Okay, let's fight for our sovereignty. Let's fight for our land. It was not that way, okay? But we only have our land. The Israel fought further. They went, Exodus, you know that, no? To promised land. We don't have promised land. We have been already given. In the creation of heaven, we already had our promised land. So that is something very unique. So our cause is, to me, is not only political, because it is given by God. We exist under God's plan. We have every right, no? That comes out from our land. Right to forest, right to land, right to everything which God has given us. That's why the statement that Uncle mentioned, yes, now forces will come and others will, even leaders will come and go. But the cause, the vision given by God, it cannot change. It is the desire of God that our land be for Christ. So we are fighting not only for independence, we're fighting that our land will be for Christ.
The homecoming of the NSCN-IM General Secretary after more than 5 decades, it is very historic, very emotional, but it is also sending out a very clear message of reaffirming unity and also support for the cause. And when we look in the Nagaland politics right now, the NDPP, NPF merger they have merged together. They have come under one fold, under one political fold, and as NPF to send a clear message to the Naga people for unity, and also to the Naga national political groups that everyone should come together under one umbrella and fight for an early solution of the Naga political issue. What are your thoughts on this?
It's interesting. The question is, unity is good. It sounds good. I support. I support even NPF, NDPP, or whatever it is. I support that. But the greater issue is that on what political basis, on what vision? You see, if you're asked, or I'm asked, shall we accept Judas and Christ to be united under one umbrella? I think that will be a problem. You know? The question is that there has to be forgiveness. There has to be admission on what ground we're going to unite, on what political basis we're going to unite. If that unity is not for the people, one. If that unity doesn't carry share or room for the people, no, for the cause, for the Naga sovereignty movement, whatever it is, for the people. Then again, if that is an umbrella to strengthen, empower their own party, then it would not last long. But if that is a merger, if that is a unity for the people, no, for the cause, no, then that is good. But when we say unity, we call it unity in diversity. No, it sounds good, very good. No, but sometimes that is dangerous. When we represent, we may have Nagas, different tribes, but the magic and the miraculous thing is that although we are different tribes, but Nagas, unity in diversity also unique, because we agree. There is an agreement, isn't so? That agreement that yes, we are one people. There is an agreement that yes, all Nagalim we are one. Okay, there is an agreement, yes, we'll be for Christ. But had there been some lacking in this, then that unity is, again, will be division. Let our unity be based on Naga sovereignty. Let the unity be based above Indian Constitution. Let the unity be based in the fear of God, that is Nagalim for Christ. Then everything can be done.
We can definitely see cracks, not just in the NSCN, the national workers. Now I think Nagaland has around 26 to 28 groups right now. But the main question is the agreement which has been signed between the government of India and the two groups is the NNPGs and the NSCN-IM. So what is that base that is not being able to bring the NSCN-IM and the NNPGs together? Because we have seen over the past years the Forum for Naga Reconciliation, a lot of other organizations, the churches have been appealing, they have been taking, working as a catalyst to bring all the national workers together. So what is the solution for the NNPGs and the NSCN-IM to come under one table, sign one agreement, have one accord for the Nagas?
Yeah, that issue, I think, I won't speak much about that. I'll leave it to our elders and leaders to talk about that. But the truth, the simple and the truth is that our unity, Naga unity, is not complex. It's not sensitive thing. It's very simple. When we agree to unite ourselves above Indian Constitution, when we agree to unite ourselves not to be the slave, but to be the master, I think that's all. When we agree together that, yes, we are the master, we are the one to make law, we are the one to govern our everything. So when we decided to be the master, the power to have to make law, the power to decide our own future, then we are united. We may be different, but that we are united. So the question is that any group, any tribe, when they are not in that principle, then we cannot say that it's unity. In the past 20 years, you can imagine where were the others. I just want to say also this. When God created heaven and earth, he questioned this same thing to Job. In Job 38:4, he questioned Job because Job was trying to is something about the Bible, and God asked him, "Where were you? Where were you when I established the firmament of heaven and earth? Where were you?" Now, the same thing as the Naga, as the revolution front. We were asked to all the Nagas, "Where were you when the future of the Nagas was challenged? Where were you?" I'm not talking about the faction. No, I don't want to say faction. That where were you when our history was challenged, when our future was challenged, to be taken away, to be snatched? Where were you when Shillong Code was being signed? Where were you? And after that, where were you? But yes, we can say, under the leadership of Isaac Muiva, we can say, yes, we were there fighting there. Our past leaders, Chandras, others, they were there. Our leaders were there. National, campaigning in the national level, international level, they were there. In times of the most needed one, we were there. Hundreds of lives has martyred and died sacrifice. They were there. We were there. We can proudly say, I may be foolish or stupid, but I can represent as Naga armies. Yes, we were there. We stood there. Many of soldiers died there for the cause of Naga nation. We were there. Not the question. So, where were they? But after something that is about to be harvested, and said that no, we want to, harvest in this way. We want to have in this way. So, trying to departmentalize, divide ourselves, to weaken our great harvest. We cannot claim that it is NSCN-IM. Of course, we have many shortcomings. I agree with that. We have many shortcomings. There are many black sheep also. There are also white sheep, naturally. But the question is that God is there. People are watching. So one or two factions you talk about, there's some kind of division and this. There was division in heaven. You know that. Lucifer and God. There was a division, right and wrong. You cannot go together. Darkness and light cannot go together. The majority may follow darkness, but cannot say that the right is with them. The cause is with them. The same thing happened with Israel. There is an exodus. Many wants to go back to Egypt. And there were many others, ladies of others, they want to go back. But where were they? So, majority doesn't mean that they have the right. A minority doesn't mean that they are minor, they have no right. When we stand for the truth, when we stand for the righteous cause, when we stand for God's vision, I can say we may be 4 or 5, but still we can move on. This will be the force, deciding force.
My last question to you. Last year, the NSCN-IM had issued a very big statement after the framework agreement was signed, or rather the ceasefire was signed. T.H. Moivat, the Atokilon sir, had given out a statement where you had talked, the IM had mentioned about going back to armed resistance. Do you think it is practical at a time, at the present time, when the talks have, progressed and also gone a very long way, or what triggered the NSCN-IM to come out with such a statement?
I think you better ask Uncle Weaver about that. But one thing what we know is we are compelled. If a nation or a fort, after signing an agreement, is not honored, naturally we have no other option. Even the small cat, when pushed to the corner, the cat has every right to fight back for survival. Ours is not just a survival. Ours is to maintain, to preserve the honor framework agreement. So if government of India finding many other pretexts, trying to deviate or reduce by signing others, I don't want to mention this thing. No, but this framework agreement, which has been signed and agreed upon after 22 years of going for competency, and having satisfied as enshrined in the competency, this framework was signed. So this is something cannot be easily ignored by a nation. So we're talking. So when that agreement is not honored in letter and spirit, naturally, when we are compelled, out of helplessness, finding no other option, naturally people will react. Now, we're not looking for war. We're not looking for, to go and then restart our revolution just like in a jungle time. The war is changed. The world is changed. We will definitely also apply different methods. But if the ongoing peace process, the commitment, the agreement, if that is not honored, naturally, as a people, as a nation, we need to have vision, we need to have plans, isn't so? But sometimes, yes, of course, out of angerness may have spoken out like this. But the question is, the truth is that we have the right, we reserve the right to have a vision, to have a plan for future survival. Our A plan is to make sure to fulfill, implement framework agreement. Our B plan is also to implement that. Our C plan also that. But if none of these are accepted or respected, then that is a different thing. I would not say. No, you understand? No.